Podcast 6, A Month of Happiness with Miss Mollie. We have a special treat for you today. His name is Tom Wallek, impressionist, comedian, amazing presenter, singer, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. And he should be here anytime soon.
Oh, here I am, darling. Molly,
Hi,
darling. So nice to see you.
I love it.
Yes, all the way from Las Vegas. I drove a whole 8 miles to get here. Anyway, so
Gosh.
that was either Cary Grant or Tony Curtis, whichever one you like. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes. Well, okay, so tell me, how long have you been here in Las Vegas?
I've been here since 1982, but prior to that, I did a stint in the Navy, and I was actually raised here. I went to kindergarten, first and second grade in Las Vegas. Then my mother remarried, and I moved to Detroit. Then I did the Navy. Then I came back because I love it here.
So what made you become an entertainer?
Rich Little.
Now, I love Rich Little. I have actually seen him in concert here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, I saw him on a Johnny Carson thing one night.
Did you?
One night I see Rich Little on Johnny Carson. And I was so amazed by the performance because Johnny had asked Rich, he says, Rich, you know, all those voices you do, what's very puzzling to me is how you change from one voice to the other so rapidly. And Rich went, well, you see, John, first I start out with Jimmy Stewart, you say. I'm not, you see, I can morph right into James Mason, one of the great character actors of all time. And then from there, I'll go right into, hey, Charles Bronson, hey, what the hell is going on around here? I think I need to shoot somebody. So, and I was blown away by it, and I'm going, wow, I want to be able to do that someday. And that's how it started.
So let me ask you something. So what are the best impressionists? What are the best impressions that you do, that you're known for here in Las Vegas?
Well, right now I'm in a show called The Rat Pack, and I do Dean Martin in that show. And but I started out doing Joey Bishop, the comedian Joey Bishop, who was, you know, kind of famous back in the 50s and 60s. He was funny, but he wasn't hysterically funny. Mm-hmm. But he was you know, like here's a good Joey Bishop joke.
Okay.
Lady walks into a kitchen, sees her husband waving a fly swatter. She says, what are you doing? He says, what do you think I'm doing? I'm hunting flies. She goes, did you get any yet? He says, I got 5. 3 males and a couple of females. The wife said, that's ridiculous. How in the world could you possibly tell the gender? The husband said, easy, because 3 were on a beer can, the other 2 were on the phone. Okay, see, those are good, those are very funny jokes.
Oh, Lord. Now tell me do your impression of Dean Martin. I want to hear that.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next song I'm gonna do is off my hit album. I left her south of the border because she wouldn't come across. No, that's a joke. Okay, yeah. She's. How come she's not getting them? I want to know why she's like, huh?
Okay, you gotta tell me.
Was that a punchline? I'm from Texas and I'm blonde. Well, okay, you know, a blonde joke. You want a blonde joke?
Yes, I do. Give me a blonde joke. Let's hear a blonde
that's
joke.
the trouble with being a comedian nowadays. You have to say so politically correct. And when I started out in this business, I was not politically correct at all. I mean, I've been booed. I've been, no, that's horrible. You can't say that. And, oh man, I had the funniest damn jokes too.
Okay.
But they're not politically correct. See, I once thought about, what nationality are you?
I'm German and French and a touch of Irish.
Okay, German and French.
Yeah.
And I'm Italian and Polish and German. So I said, hey, what if you took nationalities and you mix them together with the traits of those nationalities also mix? You know, like, okay, well, what if you were half French and half Polish? That means you would love to make love, you just wouldn't know how. You see? And it's like, I know a guy who's, you know, half Cuban and half Jewish.
Right.
Okay? And he owns a cigar factory. He makes great cigars, and the tips already come cut off. You see?
Wow.
Yeah. You see,
He thinks ahead.
see, because because he's Jewish and he's and he's Cuban. See, okay, now you get it. Okay, you see, some people are just slow. They don't get it right away, and then.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man, I had other ones that were just so politically incorrect. It was like half Japanese and half Jewish.
Yeah.
Short, own a lot of cameras, and not get a damn thing for Christmas. You see? So, you see, but now you can't say any of those things.
I know.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
So what are you doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, in Las Vegas, Nevada?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing now?
Well, nothing. I'm in lockdown like everything else. So what I do, I wrote a couple of lockdown jokes.
Okay, let's hear them.
Well, I'll tell you one.
Okay.
This lockdown is just like being in prison, except you don't have to worry about dropping the soap. Okay?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And then, I wrote another one.
Okay.
This just in from the CDC. After January 20th, the all deaths from COVID will be blamed on the virus. Okay, but that's, did he get political? A little bit. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, but it's all right.
Okay, so I gotta ask this one more question. So, who did you actually work with on stage? And you've been around a long time in the business. Who are your favorite people that you've actually worked with in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Who did you mention earlier? Gary?
Well, there's Gary Colombo.
Oh, yeah, Gary Colombo.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary Colombo was great. We had a great time on stage.
And what did you guys do?
Well, we did a show called Bada Bing.
And tell us about Bada Bing.
Oh, it was a surprise birthday party for The Godfather, and The Godfather. This is the best part. This was a very audience participation show. Everybody in the audience was part of a family, and they all had very funny names like the cappuccinos and the spaghettis and the mozzarellas and the mozzarella family. I mean, linguine family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the movie Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe. You
Yes.
remember Miss Godfather Mozzarella?
Yes, I remember that. I remember that movie. It was very good. Marilyn and I, we got the kiss. I got to kiss Marilyn Monroe in that movie. Yes, that was Tony Curtis. Some Like It Hot. Yes. Let's see. What was that? The famous line where he says, "I beg your pardon, dear. I'm looking at my yacht. I don't believe anybody should have a yacht that sleeps more than 12." Yeah, it was a great movie.
That's fantastic.
Yes. But you asked me who my favorite impression was.
Yes.
And I don't really have one. I do a lot of voices, but it depends on the circumstance or or where I am. Like if I'm at the grocery store and I'm at the checkout counter and the lady says that's $26.50, and I go $26.50 for all these groceries. Wow, that's a deal. And then that's a guy from what's his name, Pat Buttram, and then if I'm at someplace and I think, hey, Rodney's a good voice to do. I'll tell you, I get no respect. Or we're on the golf course, particularly when I'm playing golf, and I'm with my friends, and I go, hey, let's go. I was still young, hit the ball.
That is awesome. That's a good impression.
Yeah, Rodney's a favorite one of mine. When I was in a show, this was at the Stratosphere. See, it depends on, if you're a comedian and the joke, if you have a great joke, it depends on the comedian you use to tell the joke. It has more impact if you use a particular voice. Like Rodney, I wrote a joke about the Stratosphere. I go, I'll tell you the Stratosphere. I love this place. It looks like somebody dumped Viagra into concrete. Because it's,
Yes.
yeah, okay. Anyway, and then there was a guy like Stephen Wright. You know who Stephen Wright is? He was a comedian, very famous, but he was a deadpan comedian, and he talked like this. He was
Yes.
And he goes, and he'd say stuff like, "The Mirage Hotel, it's right where I saw it."
Yes. I know who that is.
See, that's very cerebral,
Yeah.
The Mirage Hotel. And then you can tell a joke in a character. See, that was why it was always so easy for me. It's easier to write comedy when you have a voice to go with it. And I wrote a lot of jokes for like Stephen Wright, but I kept them for myself because I decided to use, in my act, I would do like 10 different comedians. And
Really?
but I would write all the material for them, with the exception of, what's his name? I can't remember. Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried. He screams and he yells, but he can say stuff that is so funny. He could read the phone book and it would sound funny,
So what's your favorite hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada?
The favorite hotel.
That you enjoy performing at?
I don't know if I have a favorite hotel because I've performed at a lot of them. So, but I would have to.
What would you say the best
Caesar's.
audience you ever had in Las Vegas?
The best
Nevada?
audience I ever
Yes.
had? Oh God.
Yes.
They were probably at the Stratosphere.
Okay.
When I was in a show there, a day show called Viva Las Vegas, and oh man, we used to pack the room. It was 2 shows a day,
Yes.
and it was like 600, 700, and the showroom was full. It was wall to wall, and I'm telling you, the laughs. Oh God, they were just a wall of laughter coming back. I performed at the original Sands Hotel on the same stage as Frank Sinatra.
How
And-
exciting!
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a treat. This has been my first true Las Vegas Nevadan who's actually shared real life stories with the old Las Vegas.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thank you so much for coming.
Too bad it wasn't longer.
Here.
It was
No,
like-
I know. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I always say something special to my audience, and I just want to tell you, don't you forget to keep perfecting that life recipe. And I thank you so much, Tom Wallek. And to Barnes & Noble, to my sponsor and my partnership that I have with you guys. You know what? It doesn't matter how we pull people together. It's about community, and it's about good people. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.